What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my really gross kitchen. Today we're gonna do eat like a man. We're gonna do a bacon wrap fillet, junk style, I guess. I don't know. Normally I do this junk outside, but it's like 20 degrees out there, and I'm not going out there. There's a lot of fiddly little steps that gotta happen and go on, and didn't feel like bouncing back and forth, so decided to do this one inside. I'm not going to show you what it looks like over there because it's even grosser than this side over here. So let's get started with bacon wrap filet and fondant potatoes. First order of business, cutting board. Not that I need it. Kosher salt. That should do it. My floor squeaks, sorry. Take one, roughly 1 pound bacon wrap fillet. Salt generously-ish. Bacon's already salted. Pepper generously. I don't normally pepper my meat before I pan fry it or grill it. I usually pepper it after, if at all. I'm peppering it generously for a reason that hopefully we'll be able to make clear. Lots and lots of pepper. About that much. Now I'm going to let that set at room temperature until it gets to room temperature, which in here is about 64 degrees. See you in a couple hours. Next up, I'm going to cut up our potatoes. Now I'm not going to do this properly because I don't want to. I'm going to cut with my floor squeaky. I don't like it to waste, so I'm just going to kind of peel the potatoes. Suppose I could do this left-handed. Lost the use of my right arm numerous times in my life, so I'm kind of, sort of, but not really, amphibious. Roughly to half. They don't got to be exact, just roughly the same size, which they're not. That's okay. It'll be good enough for who it's for. I don't know if you saw that. That was almost my thumb. Something fall down, go boom. And roughly to half again. I think I want one more. Oops. I'm just going to throw them in some cold water. Rinse off all the starch. Water go cloudy from the starch. It just spilled. Oh well. Getting rid of the starch so they'll fry up nice. I'm just going to set them on a rack to dry off. Get the skillet really hot, and then we're going to dump in about that much vegetable oil. Which happens to be all I had. I just forgot that had been in the oven for several minutes. Ouch! Drop of water test. Ready to rock and roll. I test fit those earlier to make sure it was going to work. Just going to give those a couple minutes per side while my oven is warming up to 425 degrees. While that's doing, salt and thyme. Now you're supposed to use fresh thyme. I don't have any. So a pinch of kosher salt, cut with thyme. A couple pinches there. Pop one out and see how it looks. About right. Hey, look at that. Fry that side up. A little more salt and thyme mix. See what they look like. A little bit more. Throw in a big chunk of butter. Melt that butter down. Next we're going to put in chicken broth. After I turn it off. That's a little bit more than a quarter cup. Almost had a little pan fire there, which I'm always trying to get a little pan fire and I never can do. The next thing we want to do is put this thing in the center of a 425-degree oven. Set phasers to roast. Now I want this thing in there for 30 minutes, but at the 10-minute mark, at the 20-minute mark, I'm going to start the prep on the filet that's been sitting in there warming up to room temp. Get the skillet good and hot, and it's going to take a couple minutes to get the skillet good and hot. And by the time I cook the filet, the potatoes will be done. The filet will be ready to go into the oven for another couple minutes. And I can start on my pan sauce while the filet is resting. Everything's got to kick on right when I start filming. So I've got our chunk of room temperature bacon wrapped filet here. I'm just going to do these bigger than the skillet. Skillet's good and hot. Here's the sizzle. A little bit more pepper on the back side. And leave him there for about a minute. It needed a little bit longer. Pop it in the bottom of my 425-degree oven. Got that guy out. Got those guys out. They'll firm up a little bit. Now for the fun part, pan sauce. Throw some butter in there, not very much. Instead of using the chicken stock I've got sitting here, I think I'm going to use some of the chicken stock I've got here from the potatoes. Pour some of that in there. Got some garlic. Sorry for the squeaky squeaky. This is why we pepper the steak to start with, so it leaves a fond on the bottom. Now we're going to use some of this stuff. It's $3. No, ooh, it says 12% alcohol by volume. I don't know what that means. I've already got some of it in here. This means it should do that. I love it. That went up like it was more than 12%. Be alright though. Next, I'm going to throw in some heavy whipping cream. See if I can do it without making a mess. We'll put in about that much. Some people are going to freak out that I'm using a metal implement on my cast iron. I abuse my cast iron. My cheesy little pasta's cooking over here. Man, I'm getting hungry. I'm just going to cook this until it reduces. Oh dang, would you look at that. Let's see what this bad boy looks like, shall we? That is ideal. Now to plate this little monster up. Alright, I got this thing plated up with my pan sauce, fondant potatoes, cheesy pasta, and broccoli. I'm going to go shove this in my face hole. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go put myself in a food coma and, I don't know, maybe catch some Z's. I haven't slept in a couple days.